we do. Okay, let's see. Okay. Alright guys, welcome back to another video. My name's Aaron and I help people expand their consciousness. Today I'm with my friend Leeor, who also has an awesome YouTube channel. I'm gonna go ahead and link that below for you guys. Today we're doing a Q&A. So we asked both of our followers on Instagram if you guys had any questions, and what we did is we found some of those questions, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna answer those for you guys right now. Yay. So here we go.
Let's go.
Okay, here's one that we get, I'm sure we get all the time, I get all the time, but it's I want to attract a specific guy into my life, and I'm pretty sure I'm in love with him. How should I use the law of attraction to do this, and how should I act around him? So this is a question that I get all the time on my channel about relationships, is how do I attract a specific person? Now the key to this, in my perspective, is something that you might want to hear. But actually the key is to, in a way, you have to start to maintain your own frame, and you have to stop, in a way, putting that person on a pedestal. Because when you put them on a pedestal, you create distance, and anytime you make something more important than it needs to be, that creates resistance, and that person can feel it off of you. So if you're like really thinking about someone, and when you're around them, you're really thinking about how cool they are, you're giving them almost excess meaning. That's what, in reality transurfing, I know that's the process I keep talking about, but what that means is that they're gonna feel that resistance on you. So the best thing to do is to be in your own movie, to be the star of your own movie, and realize that other people can be cameos, but the moment you make someone else the star of your own movie is the moment you give away your power, and then you're no longer really living your life purpose. So it has to do with your state of being and feeling whole and complete. You are whole and complete, and when you start to have that perspective, start to do things that you want to do because you want to do them. Maybe go hang out with friends, do things that put you in an elevated state of being. You'll start to believe in yourself more, and then that's attractive. That's what people are attracted to, and that is more likely that you'll get to them. And then also you have to let go of the outcome, because if you're attached to the outcome, you create resistance. So let it go by knowing that you're good either way. And as you do that and you enjoy yourself in the moment, you do things that you enjoy, and you have that perspective, you'll find that you're much more likely to resonate with it at a deeper level. Right.
Basically, just don't focus on not having that person. Again, that whole lack thing. And that's exactly what I say on my how to attract a specific person video, the pedestal thing.
Yeah.
That is so important. When you put somebody on a pedestal, you're really you're creating distance between your physical and psychological distance between yourself and that person.
Yep.
You're making them out of reach. And
because you're thinking, I really like them, I really want them. And if you want something, it means that you don't already have it. Right. So they're feeling that vibration even subconsciously on you. And then guess what? They're turned off by it. It's something that they don't actually connect with you.
You feel those vibes, exactly. Yeah. And from my own experience, I always talk about my own experience on my channel. Just, I've seen, from my own experience and my friends, how things change between people when your vibe is different. When you are all about yourself, when you feel complete, when you don't feel like you need somebody else to fill in any hole inside of you, to complete you. When you don't feel like you need anybody, that's getting cut out. When you don't feel like stop it. When you don't feel like you need anybody else to complete you, you're complete yourself. That is going to be such an attractive thing to another person. And what else? What did they say?
Please help me. I love you guys.
Pretty sure that I'm in love with him, so how should I use... Also, I would like to say, if you say you're pretty sure that you're in love with this person, I don't know how well you know them. I don't know the specifics in that, but don't put attributes to a person if you don't know them, because you might end up being disappointed. And I'm really big on not attracting a specific person. If you've ever heard anything I talk about when I speak about attracting love, I'm big on attracting quality. Yes, yeah. It's more general. Exactly. Yeah. Be general, because then you will receive exactly like a perfect person for you. And when you apply attributes to a person and think that they have them and they don't end up having them, and you end up in a relationship with this person, you're both going to be miserable, because there's going to be disappointment there. They're not going to be exactly...
It comes from a place of dependency.
Yeah.
So then you end up attracting somebody that you're kind of dependent on. They may be dependent on you, and then that creates a lot of tension, and that's when a lot of things get brought up, and that's when there's a lot of resistance. So it's more so about being and having your cup already full, and meeting someone else. You're going to resonate with someone else that's cup is already full, and then you guys are able to go into it in a much different type of relationship than needing to constantly, you know, in a way, like give each other and depend on each other.
Yeah, exactly. And last thing I just want to say is never depend on somebody else for your happiness. That creates a vibration that really is actually, it turns people off and will throw people. You have to have your own happiness. You have to make yourself happy first, and that will make you an attractive and happy person, and people will want to be around you.
Yeah.
That's
another thing I talk about a lot is it's called the law of state transference.
What is that?
Law of state transference is that whatever you feel, someone else will feel. So if you feel off of somebody else, I mean, I don't know if it's a real like
I like it.
law of gravity or anything, but if the way you feel about yourself is going to be what people feel off of you, and then they're going to react. So sometimes you may be projecting an insecurity off to people that you feel, and it's like they're not even judging you, but they feel that insecurity subconsciously, so they appear to be judging you. So it's about feeling 100% okay with who you are, and as you do that, guess what? They're also going to be accepting of you more because they feel that you just are accepting of yourself and you let go of the outcome. You don't really care what people think. So it's more of having that perspective.
100%. I like that. That's also like the mirror effect kind of. Whatever you feel about yourself is mirrored to you from the universe. It comes to you. So feel good about yourself. You'll see people treating you better. Yeah. That's it.
For sure. So wait, I was getting ready. So
you were answering the question, what is the craziest thing you've manifested?
Okay, so the time is probably the most synchronistic thing I've ever manifested was something that happened back when I was first learning about the law of attraction. And it was back when I worked at Nordstrom's as a sales commission job. And what I did is I sold women's shoes, designer shoes, and I only got paid a commission of whatever I sold. So there was like no hourly. It was only basically however much I sold that day, I got 10% of that. So on average, I would sell probably about $2,500 to $3,500 a day, which is pretty good. It's like, you know, making $250 to $350 a day. And this was shortly after I read the book called Power of Intention by Dr. Wayne Dyer. And through applying that, what I decided to do was to set myself a goal. And that goal was that I would sell for that day $8,864. So that was something that I wanted to do. So what I did is I wrote that on the mirror before I went to work that day, and I just set the intention and had this knowing that at the end of the day, when I checked my number, that's what I would have sold for the day, which is, I've never sold that much ever, and I worked there for like 2-3 years before I learned about the law of attraction. So what I did is I set that intention, I went into work, and for about the first 2 hours of being at work, nothing crazy was happening. It wasn't very busy necessarily. However, what happened is I went to lunch, and when I came back from lunch, I just started getting into it and I started to get busy. And even in that 2 hours it wasn't busy, I didn't like let that affect my mood. I wasn't like bummed out about it. I was just totally like, I still believed that it was gonna happen. Went to lunch, came back, all of a sudden I got rushed with customers. I got busy, there were customers just coming up to me, I kept helping people. And before the end of the day, I left at 5 o'clock that day, I went, checked my number, and when I looked on the screen, it was within $20 or $40 of that exact amount. And to me, even though it wasn't the exact dollar amount, it was so close that to me, it just proved that there's something to be real about it. So from that point going forward, I started to be much more deliberate with my intentions, and I found out that, you know, I worked there for years later, even until up to now, to where now I'm a full-time YouTuber. I would still practice that in that way, and I got consistent results from then on, just simply from setting those intentions and following that up with being in the right state of being for it. So what about you?
Amazing. So I have several crazy things, whatever, but what I actually want to talk about is that you made me remember something right now, is that I realized through several instances in my life that what we say to ourselves matters so much because it will manifest. So one of my stories that's really crazy is, I've told it on the channel, and I think that we were just almost talking about it, is when I attracted that guy Pearson into my life. I just said that I want him in my life, and didn't know he could have lived anywhere in the world. Somehow we ended up meeting and whatever. Mm-hmm. Are good friends now. And so that was really crazy. Another crazy thing I realized is whenever I'll say something, I have to be very careful about the things I'll say, because if I'll say that I don't want something to happen, like I don't want to go to work tomorrow, or I don't want to hang out with that girl. Something big always happens to make it so that I get what I asked for.
I see. So synchronicity.
Crazy synchronicities. Like I had a friend that I'm no longer friends with, and I remember that for a week straight I would just say, I don't feel like hanging out with her. I don't feel like hanging out with her. Something happened that made us never hang out ever again.
Right.
So it's like the things that we say are very, very important.
Yeah.
Other than those little things, something you said reminded me of that. I don't know why. What I manifested that's been crazy is a semester abroad in Amsterdam.
That's cool.
My acceptance into University of Southern California.
Nice.
And all my internships have been really, really cool. I worked at
that
TMZ
is cool. Yeah.
And cool places. I don't think I've ever told this story actually, but I manifested working for Bradley Cooper.
Really?
Yes. So
how'd that happen?
So I remember I was 22. I just turned 22, and I was really lost in life. I was going through a bad breakup, and I kind of needed something to just make me feel good about myself and make me feel like
rebound.
Exactly.
Just kidding.
Bradley Cooper was my rebound. Basically, I had this feeling. I full on said that I want to work for somebody famous. Mm-hmm. And what I was doing at that time, it was feasible, but it wasn't like I didn't have a connection or any sort of way to do anything like that. So I got an interview. It was February 2015. No. It was December 2014. Sorry. I got an interview at this film company. I knew nothing about them. And I went over there, and it wasn't paid or anything. I just went because I just had this gut feeling like I need to go there. And I was excited. I got the internship. I still didn't know anything about it. A week before I started working for them, they partnered up with Bradley Cooper's company.
That's cool.
And I started working right underneath him.
Damn.
I saw him.
Was he
office,
cool?
Coolest guy ever.
Really? He looks like he's a cool guy.
He's really cool.
Yeah.
Kind of like quirky.
Yeah, I can see that.
Really, really cool guy. And I worked for Todd Phillips also, which is the creator of the Hangover movies.
Oh, wow.
And Project X.
Is that did he work with Bradley Cooper since Bradley Cooper was in the movie?
Yes. Yeah. They brought their two companies together.
Wow.
And that happened right before. Yeah, they merged. That happened right before I started working there, and I literally said that I wanted to work for somebody.
And look how that works.
Famous.
I did that a couple times at work too. When I used to work at Barney's New York, which is like a high-end luxury place, I put out intentions every now and then. It's like, I want to help a celebrity or something like that. And I helped Miguel once with him and his girl. They were really cool.
I love them.
Jay-Z and Beyonce. I didn't actually help them personally, but they came in once, and they were sitting like about 50 feet away.
Obsessed with them too.
Who else? There's like.
I get very starstruck.
Who else did I? There's other people as well. But I put out that intention, and then shortly afterwards it would come. Yeah. It come to be. Another thing that I manifested was I changed my definition of abundance. Or normally I thought abundance was just money. I started to say abundance is opportunity. And within 2 or 3 weeks of doing that, I got hit up by a place in Costa Rica that's like a life transformation place called Rhythmia, and they hit me up and they said, "Hey, would you like to come here for a whole week? And all you got to do is just post your experience on your YouTube channel." And it's a $6,000 value. It was with the ability to get massages, organic vegan food, raw food options, buffet style. I went there with my buddy Victor Otto, who's also like a YouTuber, and we had an amazing time. And it was a complete, it was within weeks of me just, abundance to me is more just opportunity. It doesn't have to be money.
I like that.
And then I get this thing that's not specifically money value, but it's $5,000-$6,000 worth of value.
Opportunity.
And I go back in November this year, and now they want it.
And I want to come.
Yeah, hey, I'll put a good word for you.
Seriously.
You really?
I'm going to attract that.
Okay.
I've been doing that also. I've been trying to attract more opportunities for travel. I put that in my March What projection? What did I call that video? In my March video
projections. It's projections, yes.
Thank you for knowing my video.
I'm pretty sure that's what it said. Better than you do.
So, can you be on camera more?
Oh, yeah, sorry.
So that's one of the things I'm trying to manifest, more opportunities to travel.
Okay, cool. Let's answer there's one more question, right?
Yes.
Okay, how do I normally close out? All right, guys, with that being said, we hope you guys enjoyed this video. I want to thank Leeor for coming on my channel. I'm going to link her channel below, and if you guys are interested, definitely check her stuff out. She has very good content over there, and we're going to do these. When are we going to do the next one? We'll probably do one whenever I come to...
Or whenever I come to Vegas.
Either way. We'll figure it out. Yeah, we're not only a couple hundred miles away, so... Anyways, yeah, one day. Other than that, guys, hope you guys enjoyed the video, and we will see you guys on the next vid. Peace, much love, and namaste.